customs. For me, I actually had a pair of Hyperoil Jordan 1s and I wanted to make them all matte black. And so I went ahead and I just tried to customize them without practicing on anything else. And they came out pretty good until it came time to put them on my foot. And I think it was probably within the first 5 steps that the paint started to crack. And I knew at that point that I just wasn't very good at them, but I just kept working on different pairs of shoes, trying different techniques, seeing how other people did them, and then actually taking my time and doing the proper steps on like prepping and even layering, thin layers. And so I've had the opportunity to do a lot of different cool customs for different people, for athletes, and for a lot of people that I've become close to. So I came up with the idea to grab a few pairs and kind of do like a size run custom release. And I had one person who goes by the name of Kari, who watches YouTube channel Sneaker Fetish. I was planning on doing one for him, and initially we talked about doing the original design that I was gonna do. Okay, so we gotta do it like Kari does it. Boom. Did I do it right? This is the custom that I am releasing on December 1st. And it'll be a size run of them. These in another colorway, which is yet to be determined. But I wanted to kind of go with the aged look on this on a shattered backboard low with the OG style, tongue, and everything, but with a couple extra surprises. And when I was thinking about which one I was gonna do for him, you know, that's kind of hard because if you look at his YouTube channel, you watch his videos, every single shoe that he puts out the history and the background and the knowledge, information of the shoe, which is so unique to YouTubers who release information on shoes, because right now it's really a lot about the hype and who can get it first, and it's nothing about the history and the meaning behind a lot of these shoes. And so knowing that meaning and history is important to him, I wanted to make sure that he got a custom that had some meaning and importance to me. So a lot of you will know the colorway on this, and this is the Chicago colorway. Kind of the story behind this is one of the most influential people in my life was my grandpa. And when I was younger, my dad worked a lot, and so I was with my grandparents a lot, and my grandpa worked with his hands. And I remember seeing a lot of the work that he would do, a lot of the hard work that he would do. I just knew that, yeah, I wanted to work hard and be a hard worker like my dad, but you know, I wanted to be tough and work hard like my grandpa. And sometimes I was able to help him. You know, he would clean up the Legion Hall, he would clean up different things around the town, and so it wasn't odd for you to bump into just antique old things. And so on this custom, the base is the Jordan 1 low, no swoosh, and it's got the textured material on it. And when I was doing this custom, I wasn't really sure how I was going to do that with the texture on it. But as I started to paint it, it reminded me a lot of the window panes of the old buildings that I used to go into with my grandpa to help clean up, you know, where the paint is kind of like chipping and flaking. And so I wanted to give that effect with the white paint. And so whenever you see when you flex the material on this custom on the white paint, you'll see that it cracks with the material because the material cracks, but as you release the material, it forms right back to its original state. The sole has an aged look, which it's aged over a 24-hour period. The swooshes that are added to the sides are actually real leather that I cut myself. And then you have some gold threading going through the swooshes that were actually hand sewn by me. On the back of the shoe, you've got the 85 for the year that the Jordan 1 was released. You've got an OG tongue, but it's leather. And on the tongue tag, where it's Nike Air, I've got vintage on there to represent this being a vintage custom. I went ahead and also customized the insole, and the gold Jumpman was already on there. And so I went ahead and put a gold vintage over top of it to also symbolize that this is a vintage custom. So I think with this one, I think a lot about how my grandpa every single day worked with his hands and just the nostalgia behind being able to spend time with him. And he passed away a few years ago, and I'm just thankful that I had the opportunity to spend some time with him and let some of his work ethic rub off on me. He taught me to appreciate those things to where I would notice the cracks in the paint and the window panes and just appreciate all the little details in life. And so hopefully Kari really appreciates this one. I know it's going to make it pretty hard for him to actually wear it now. I think that's a gift and a curse sometimes when people say that they'll struggle to actually put this on foot because they don't want to mess it up, and so they want to put it in a case or something. And I'm really humbled and honored by that. But I think every custom and every shoe should tell a story, even if it doesn't have a whole lot of history behind it. And these customs also help us connect with one another. So hopefully maybe customs will be a way to help bridge the gap between people. We'll see.